Okay, ASI, this is Michael Ash. I am with Panda Exteriors. It's my truck out here. We are at the Fowler residence here in Dover, Delaware on the 15th of November at over 55 degrees. We're going to perform an attempt to repair these specific shingles as directed by ASI, where I think the initial count in total was like 49 damaged shingles that have been covered for repair, which is obviously quite a bit on a roof of this size. However, upon our inspection, we have a total count of over 75. Now, I'm not sure if things have happened since, but it does seem like every time the wind blows, the homeowner is missing more and more shingles. And some of them that were previously outlined, which I'm assuming may or may not have been creased at that time, have now flipped up with the wind. And it's pretty extensive wind out here. We're right by the water, by the way, and even though some of the development is relatively new, a lot of the families in this development have actually had to replace their roofs in full based off of Mother Nature related damage from the insurance carrier they're active with. We've done a lot of accounts in this neighborhood, and I just wanted to give a full perspective of the impact a repair of this magnitude would actually create on the roof in forms of demolition and construction, where when we are repairing such a massive extent, it's not like you repair and replace one for one. That's why in the roofing industry, many times you'll see, okay, 1 for 4, 1 for 6, right? Where repairing one shingle actually turns into a patch or a square, because there is a high likelihood of the sections around it becoming damaged in the process, which, you know, then leaves the homeowner subject to further incurring damages in the future. And I just wanted to give a proper perspective here as a industry veteran and professional, so that you guys can see exactly what I see and understand the way of this construction and how it would actually work and be performed. Where when you have a area of the shingles that have ripped up in this specific location like this so heavily, and even all the ones around it that aren't torn up yet, I mean, like they're hanging on. They're hanging on by a thread. Like, look at this one. This has open and exposed decking where water has started to come into the home and into Mr. Sam Fowler's office, which is the interior room directly below. So not only is that water getting in through the plywood and into the attic, but it's also coming into the ceiling drywall. Not sure if that was equated for, but this is a massive problem, right? We must find a solution rather immediately. And so what I'm showing for here is just in this specific section to repair that. Like, we're literally ripping up a whole damn near bottom half of the roof to do it properly. And then from there, there's multiple areas of damage surrounding this, right? Not to mention what's directly on either side of these shingles for repair here. But we have F13, a wind damage shingle that must be repaired or replaced, right? We have 14 and 15 right here next to the valley. We got a shingle laying right here in the valley. We have 16 and 17, and of course, in order to repair these properly, not only are we starting to dip into valley underlayment and the way that that is performed, but in order to access the nails for this specific shingle, to repair it successfully, we actually have to tear off sections of this sealed ridge and the ridge vented system, just in terms of access to slide this shingle out and replace it with a new one. And in the process of that repair, let me just demonstrate. This is a shingle that's literally laying here. I want to show you the level of condition that these shingles are in, where the granulars are barely holding on and the shingle just snaps and cracks like a cracker and crumbles apart. And this is only one of the ones that it's relatively wet. That's why it seems like it's more pliable than it actually is. But there are extensive levels of damage all up here by this top of the ridge, where we have a seal and a ridge vent. And in order to address all of these shingles written for repair, like I have 55 on the front slope alone, 55 damaged shingles. And look at this, like, this is insane. And to repair this successfully, like literally we are ripping up just give you a back overview here. We got to repair this, 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 and then all of this. And it's like there is no way to do that successfully without ripping up massive areas of the roof in order to do it, and then leaving what, like maybe half a square left that remains untouched. And then what does that look like in the next couple years, right? So I didn't even outline the back, but we have quite a few shingles on the back that would be, you know, relative to directly over top of this ridge that we already have to work with. So have to repair that, then we got to go over the ridge. Now we got to repair this, got to repair these two, got to repair these three that are down here by the pipe jacks and that flashing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 over here by this seal of the ridge. And then look at all this extensive amount of coverage that would need to be repaired or replaced. It's already wrote for. So what we're going to do outside of this area of you know, outline and impact, this is obviously going to tear up a massive section of the roof to do it, but with the proper tools and methods, what I'm going to do is get set up real quick and repair this specific shingle, which I've labeled as 56. That's F56, by the way. So number damage count of 56. We've got 44 right here. In order to address that, we're actually going to have to be tearing off sections of this aluminum capping here. And then of course we got step flashing underneath of there, code items. Like, this is a massive, extensive level to repair on this roof that literally does not make sense to spot repair from this perspective. Just letting you, you know, keeping it real with you. I believe in transparency. I've been on a lot of roofs that are, repairable. I don't believe this is one of them, not just from the extent of the damage and the amount of construction that would need to take place and tearing up sections, but also from the condition of the shingles themselves. And I'm going to demonstrate that clearly for you with number count 56. We're going to find the seam, break the bonds of the 2 rows above, try to pull the nails out successfully without tearing through anything, limiting the amount of mat or creasing or anything, just to be able to access those nails and slide a new shingle in. And then obviously from the understanding and perspective that if it wasn't for a contracting service or a guy like me who is also specializing in the insurance restoration portion, right, any other contractor who's not held up to the same standards and scrutiny that comes into play with demonstrating repairability to the insurance providers would never in their right mind look to have as much care and delicacy in the process of their repairing as we are held to. So if it wasn't for me or any other guy within our industry who's going to use what's considered the proper tools and methods, the roof snake, be very gentle, not to lift these up more than 45 degrees, all that kind of stuff, like this roof would look like a freaking, I don't even want to know, it would spread like a cancer, right? So let's do this real quick. I got a little bit of daylight. I'm going to pause this video and then restart a new one. This will be the overview. So I'll send a second video real quick, get set up. I have my shingle here. I'm going to slide these nails out and then put a new one in there, document every step of the way, and try to show you guys exactly what I see and if there's any concerns to document them properly so that we can get the best solution taken care of here for Mr. Sam. Thanks, guys.